of course. Here's a completely rewritten article for you, keeping the plot lines but changing the style, structure, phrasing, and flow while keeping it around 6,000 characters as you requested. General Hospital spoilers. Battles for peace, buried secrets, and risky reunions. April 25, 2025. Tensions simmer across Port Charles and beyond this Friday, April 25, as old debts demand payment, hidden agendas threaten to explode, and one determined woman crosses an ocean to find the man she loves. The search for resolution, both legal and emotional, runs through every storyline, but peace may prove more elusive than anyone dares to hope. Crossed wires and new battles at home. At Lulu Spencer's, Alexa Havin's home, an ordinary afternoon quickly spirals into confrontation when Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, barges through the door, fiery and accusatory. Furious over an article Lulu penned for the banner, Brooklyn sees something more dangerous at play than a simple piece of journalism. The article in question features an interview with Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, focusing on his experience with adoption and the complicated emotions surrounding his birth father's reappearance. While Lucas might view this as cathartic, Brooklyn views it as a calculated move, one designed to gather sensitive information that could threaten her and Dante's own hard-won family. "What the hell are you doing, Lulu?" Brooklyn demands, her voice cutting through the air just as Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, arrives on the scene. Sensing the tension crackling between the two women, Dante calls for calm. But with emotions this raw, is a peaceful solution even possible? Nina's dangerous game. Meanwhile, across town at General Hospital, another quiet meeting hides more dangerous undertones. Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrous, has summoned Dr. Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, to her office under the guise of a casual conversation. However, when Nina leans in and says, "This is where you come in, Dr. Robinson," it's clear that she has more clandestine purposes in mind. Nina, growing increasingly desperate to expose Drew Kane's, Cameron Matheson, hidden past, is willing to push ethical boundaries. Knowing Portia's recent involvement in investigating Drew's mysterious arrival in Port Charles as Jake Doe, Nina may be seeking to use old medical records, or perhaps even orchestrate a distraction, to finally unveil Drew's secrets. With whispers of guardianship battles and medical manipulation hanging in the air, one question remains: how far is Nina willing to go, and will Portia choose to help her, or stop her? Debts and blackmail at Alexis's door. Elsewhere, Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Gran, finds herself facing an unwelcome visitor. Ava Jerome, Maura West, strides into her office, not with pleasantries, but with demands. Their uneasy alliance, built on shaky foundations and secrets best left buried, has reached a breaking point. Ava insists that the terms of their arrangement must be renegotiated, cloaking her threats in thinly veiled civility. Alexis, exhausted by months of stress and compromise, realizes that the debts she thought settled may never truly be paid. And when Rick Lansing's Rick Hurst name enters the conversation, Alexis's sense of danger deepens. Rick's involvement could turn a personal problem into a legal nightmare. Forced to choose between risking her reputation or bowing once again to blackmail, Alexis faces one of her toughest battles yet. Willow's desperate journey. far from the turmoil in Port Charles, Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, steps off a plane in Baden-Baden, Germany, her heart racing with hope and dread. Michael Corinthos, most recently portrayed by Chad Jewell, is recovering at a prestigious burn clinic, and Willow, fueled by love and fear, is determined to see him. Approaching the clinic's front desk, Willow introduces herself to a stern-looking woman who appears to be the director. "I'm Willow Corinthos," she says steadily, "here to visit my husband." Yet despite her calm exterior, an icy uncertainty fills the air. Tomorrow's whispers hint that Willow's reunion may not unfold as she hopes. Could bureaucratic obstacles keep her from Michael's side? Or, more devastatingly, could Michael himself refuse to see her? Somewhere in the shadows, unseen forces may already be working to sabotage her visit. Mistaken identities and family bombshells. Back at General Hospital, a farcical accident reveals secrets that were meant to stay hidden. Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, and Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, experience a comedic disaster when their oversized handbags spill open in Rick Lansing's hospital room. What initially seems like a harmless mess quickly takes a dark turn when Molly accidentally finds confidential legal documents buried among Diane's belongings. Shocked, Molly discovers unfinished bail paperwork intended for Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, an effort to shield Christina from the fallout of tampering with Rick's car. Worse yet, the paperwork points a damning finger at Alexis herself, implying that she was orchestrating a forced commitment for Christina. Staggered by the betrayal, Molly races to find Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, desperate to share what she has uncovered. Family eruptions on the horizon. Meanwhile, a stunned Christina stumbles upon related documents in her own possession. "What the hell is this?" she demands, furious and confused. The carefully constructed facade that Alexis has worked so hard to maintain is crumbling fast, and the daughters she sought to protect may soon become her fiercest accusers. Molly, bound by both familial loyalty and her own sense of justice, must choose whether to protect Alexis or confront her. Christina, whose past struggles have left her less forgiving, seems poised for an all-out explosion. Lingering shadows. Carly's worry for Sunny. Finally, though far from Port Charles, Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, remains firmly entwined with its troubles. Still in Los Angeles and attending to her own medical concerns, her thoughts drift inevitably to Sunny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard. Is Sunny truly safe back home? With secrets unraveling and old debts coming due, the answer may prove more complicated, and more dangerous, than anyone expects. Would you also like me to create an alternate version that's even tighter and more intense in tone, just in case you want a second option to choose from? Rocket.